Hey everyone, it's Miss Allison. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's take a look at our conclusion paragraph. So we're going to take the pieces that we wrote in our intro and do a little bit more with them to wrap up our essay now that we are ready to conclude. So we're going to do our restated thesis, connection to hook, and final thoughts. My song for this is Restate My Thesis. Don't forget the hook. Add your final thoughts for your conclusion paragraph. I know you're going to sing that and you are totally not just like cringing in your seat right now. Yep. Alright, so guys, go ahead and look at the learning target here. I can identify and apply the parts of a conclusion paragraph by studying the mentor text. And my success criteria is I have drafted my conclusion paragraph based on what I learned in the mentor text. We're going to revisit our Jolly Rancher. Hopefully you can go grab another one if you have them in your house. But think about if we flipped it to its side. Our conclusion paragraph is opposite from our introduction. We started big and got small in our introduction. Here we're going to start small and get bigger. I'm going to start by talking about my novel or my text, and I'm going to get bigger by talking about the topic in general. So here, seed folks, and then out here we're going to talk more about contributing, what it looks like to be a member of a community, whatever you're answering. Awesome! So here is our example from our mentor text. It is only through the contributions of the people of Gibb Street, especially Kim, Wendell, and Leona, that create this powerful place. Had any of these characters not used their time and talent towards the garden, it would have never come to fruition, thus proving Keller's quote, "Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much." We must rely on each other because without each other, we are lost. Really specific towards the text here, and we get bigger and bigger, finally talking about why we need each other to contribute, okay? So let's break down each piece here. First is my restated thesis. You're going to remind your reader of what you said. Do not copy and paste your thesis. I see so many students do that. It doesn't make sense in that context. Reword it a little bit. So let's take a look here. We are still using the three main points that we talked about, or the three characters, right? But we have to restate it a little bit, work it a little bit differently. Okay, so once we're here, we're trying to wrap everything up nice and neat for our reader. Awesome. So guys, go ahead and take a minute here. Take your thesis from before. What can you say now at the bottom to make your reader kind of make sense of it, go through it a little bit differently, wrap things up, all right? And remember, you may have to go back and make changes to that. That is welcomed. That's totally fine. But take 2 minutes right now and see what you can do to workshop that. All right, fantastic. Next, we're going to go back to our hook. Don't forget your hook. The hook is so important because it's about our topic, in my case, contributions, right? And it's really the thing that brings our reader in. You can't just leave it hanging out there though, right? It's just like too big of a statement to do nothing with. We have to bring it back. We have to explain more, okay? So when I have my hook, if I use a simile, a metaphor, a quote, no matter what it is, I'm getting back in there and I'm describing it once my reader has the knowledge that I've given them, right? That they've learned from my writing, okay? So you cannot go back and copy and paste this either. Let's put it into context now. So my hook originally was just the quote. Helen Keller once said, "Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much." Now I need to explain it. So I said, had any of the characters not used their time and talent towards the garden, it would have never come to fruition, thus proving Keller's quote. So I really set it up using context from my essay. I'm not just going to say, "Alone we can do so little, together we can do..." That doesn't make sense, okay? You need to make sure that you're really setting it up well. If you did a simile, a metaphor, whatever you did, explain it now in the context of your essay. All right. Awesome, guys. So take a moment to do that. Go back, look at that hook, explain how does it make sense. If it doesn't, this is the time to change your hook. You can always change it, right? But we need to make sure, again, it's leading our reader to this nice, clean ending to our essay, wrapping it up nicely. So take 2 minutes, pause this, and look at that. Great! Last but not least is our final thoughts. It is our whoa moment. It is the mic drop, whatever you want to call it. It is where our reader is like, wow, what an essay, okay? So we're going to use what we call global thinking here to talk about our new topic, or our topic in a new way. This is the biggest part. So we're back to our topic. We're moving away from the text at this point. Now we're going to think about our topic, which to me was, for me, was contributing, right? What does it mean to contribute to something? You want to leave your reader with something powerful to think about. Think about it as your mic drop again, your last words here. And if you are stuck, you can use this sentence stem without, and then whatever your topic is. without impacting others, without contributions to the garden, without, getting started. Whatever your topic is, try that. Let's take a look here. So I said, we must rely on each other because without each other, we are lost. I didn't use that sentence stem without, but that's okay. It all goes back to that contribution idea. What am I contributing to this? Okay? It doesn't have to be this like huge statement, but it does leave the reader something to think about. Notice now I'm using we language instead of the characters in the novel. Bigger, not smaller. Okay? All right, so I'm going to give you a moment to draft your final thoughts. Guys, the biggest thing I want you to hear with this is don't force it. If you're just like, I have no idea, that's okay, right? Just leave them with something to think about. This does not have to be like the Nobel Peace Prize winning statement by any means. It's just something to get them thinking a little bit more, okay? So give it your best shot. We will workshop these and look at them a little bit deeper together in class, but take a moment to pause this and go for it.